The family of a missing 19-year-old woman is still waiting for answers tonight.
Sade Robinson disappeared from Milwaukee 9 days ago. During that time, body parts turned up in Milwaukee and Cudahy. Law enforcement is staying tight-lipped about the discoveries and whether they're connected to Robinson's disappearance.
A pink-tipped toe, a severed leg, a torched car, and a young woman, ambitious, independent, gone. What if the moment you said yes to a first date could be the moment your entire existence was erased? What if the person sitting across from you at dinner wasn't looking for love, but orchestrating your murder? On April 1st, 2024, Sade Robinson's life took a turn that true crime rarely sees. A date so deadly, so calculated, it would shake Milwaukee and the nation to its core. This is the dark truth. We don't just tell stories, we unravel them. Stay with us as we reveal the chilling details, the haunting evidence, and the unanswered questions that still echo through the streets of Milwaukee. Sade Carlina Robinson wasn't just a headline. She was born on May 10, 2004, in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and moved to Milwaukee with her mother, Sheena Scarborough, before she turned 2. She was the pride of her family, a daughter, a sister, a role model. She graduated from Riverside University High School a semester early, driven by ambition and determination. At just 19, she was balancing 2 jobs, one at Pizza Shuttle on Milwaukee's east side, the other at the Wisconsin Country Club on the northwest side, while putting herself through Milwaukee Area Technical College, studying criminal justice. She was weeks away from graduating. Her dream: to join the U.S. Air Force and build a future on her own terms. Her younger sister, Adriana Reams, looked up to her. They worked together at the country club, sharing shifts and dreams. Co-workers described Sade's smile as a superpower, radiant, warm, contagious. She was independent, wise beyond her years, and determined to earn everything she had. She wasn't waiting for anyone to save her. She was saving herself. On Easter Sunday, March 31st, 2024, Sade spent the day with her family. Her mother later said it was the last time she saw her daughter in person. The next day, Sade texted her mother at 3:48 p.m., asking for $15 via Cash App. Her final words to her mother were simple: "I love you." Those would be the last words Sheena Scarborough ever received from her daughter. It started like any other first date. Sade had met Maxwell Anderson, a 33-year-old bartender, at a local bar in late March. They'd exchanged numbers, and on April 1st, Anderson texted Sade around 4:15 p.m., suggesting they meet at Twisted Fisherman, a seafood restaurant where he used to work. "Are you hungry? I need to stop at Twisted Fisherman to pick up my W-2 from last year, and we could eat there first," Anderson texted. Sade responded, "Okay, and yes. Are we eating at the Brat House or the other place?" "Let's eat at Twisted, I'm feeling seafood," Anderson replied. "Yes, I love seafood," Sade answered. At 5:09 p.m., surveillance cameras captured Anderson entering Twisted Fisherman alone. He told the bartender he was waiting for a first date. At 5:20 p.m., Sade arrived. She was wearing a long-sleeve sweater that came midway down her torso, her hair styled, her smile bright. The two sat at the bar, ordered drinks, and talked. To anyone watching, it was a normal date. Casual conversation, laughter, nothing out of the ordinary. At 6:24 p.m., surveillance footage shows them leaving the restaurant together, walking towards Sade's car, a black 2020 Honda Civic. They drove to Duke's on Water, a bar at 158 East Juneau Avenue, arriving at 6:30 p.m. While there, Sade sent a Snapchat to a friend, her last known communication with anyone outside Anderson. At 9:04 p.m., they left Duke's. At 9:24 p.m., surveillance captured them arriving at Anderson's home on South 39th Street. Sade's phone remained at the residence, pinging until 11:24 p.m. Then, movement was detected in Anderson's backyard. By 12:45 a.m. on April 2nd, all movement inside the house had ceased. Sade Robinson would never leave that house alive. At 12:47 a.m., Surveillance video captured Sade's Honda Civic leaving the alley behind Anderson's home. The Life 360 app on her phone showed it moving away. But Sade wasn't driving. At 4:33 a.m., the Life 360 app placed her phone at Warnemont Park in Cudahy, a quiet lakeside area along Lake Michigan. This was Anderson's secret beach, a place he knew well. Hours later, at 7 a.m., Sade's car was found torched near 30th and Lisbon on Milwaukee's north side. The interior was destroyed by fire, charred human remains, and hair were found in the trunk. Surveillance footage showed a man, later identified as Anderson, walking away from the burning vehicle. He tossed a lit lighter inside the car before leaving the scene, then boarded a bus heading back toward his home. That same day, April 2nd, at 5:29 p.m., a passerby walking near Warnemont Park made a grim discovery: a severed human leg, amputated from the hip down, lying on the beach. The toes were still coated in pink nail polish. Preliminary DNA testing confirmed it belonged to Sade Robinson. Sade's co-workers at Pizza Shuttle reported her missing when she didn't show up for her shift. Her mother, Sheena Scarborough, was notified a day late. Precious search hours lost to procedural delays. Sade Robinson had been dismembered. Her body parts were scattered across Milwaukee County and beyond. Her head has never been found. Maxwell Stephen Anderson was born on May 26, 1990, in Waukesha County, Wisconsin. He lived most of his life in Pewaukee and briefly served in the U.S. Navy from April 2011 to January 2012, though the circumstances of his departure remain unclear. In recent years, he worked as a bartender at several Milwaukee establishments, including Twisted Fisherman. But behind the facade of a friendly bartender lurked something far darker. Anderson had a criminal record spanning from 2014 to 2022, including charges of domestic abuse, drunk driving, and disorderly conduct. When police searched his home on April 4, 2024, they found a house of horrors: blood on the walls, women's clothing hidden in the basement, gasoline containers in the garage, a machete, an axe, and a basement room that looked like a dungeon. On Anderson's phone, investigators found photos taken at his home on the night of April 1st. In the images, Sade is lying face down on his couch, unresponsive, her face buried in the cushion. Her breast is exposed, and Anderson is gripping her, the same breast that would later be cut off her body. Prosecutors believe Anderson drugged Sade. She was incapacitated, unable to fight back. What happened next was unspeakable. On April 4th, 2024, at 1:16 p.m., Maxwell Anderson was arrested during a traffic stop near his home. He was held on a $5 million bond. The trial began in late May 2025. Over 7 days, prosecutors presented hundreds of images and videos, along with testimony from dozens of witnesses. The jury saw surveillance footage of Sade's final hours, phone records, Life 360 data, and the horrific photos on Anderson's phone. They heard from the confidential informant. They saw the plastic-covered basement. On June 6, 2025, after deliberating for just over 20 minutes on the first day and returning the next morning, the jury announced their verdict: guilty on all counts. First-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, hiding a corpse, arson. Outside the courthouse, Sade's mother, Sheena Scarborough, said through tears, "She will be forever remembered as an angel. She is our hero." On August 1st, 2025, Maxwell Anderson was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. More than 18 months have passed since Sade Robinson's murder. Maxwell Anderson sits in a prison cell, maintaining his innocence. But the questions remain. Why did he do it? What was his motive? Where is the rest of Sade's body? Her head has never been found. Her family is still searching, still grieving, still waiting for closure that may never come. Sade Robinson deserved better. She deserved to graduate, to join the Air Force, to live her dreams, to laugh with her sister, to hug her mother. Instead, she became a cautionary tale, a reminder that evil doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it smiles, it texts, it asks you out for seafood. This is the dark truth. We honor Sade Robinson. We remember her smile, her strength, her dreams, and we refuse to let her story fade. If this story moved you, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep Sade's voice alive. Let's make sure no other family has to endure this nightmare. Together, we can demand change. Together, we can be the dark truth. Rest in peace, Sade Robinson. Your legacy lives on.